Good morning. It is day 58 on the Florida Trail. It is 10 after 7 and we are 6.35 miles in, which unfortunately includes a little bit of backtracking. I didn't see an intersection in a road and we missed a little turn, so we went a little too far. We actually almost ended up at the wrong end of the Bradwell Bay from where we wanted to be, so we had to backtrack back down to this road and continue on. So we've been doing road walking almost all morning so far. It is warm this morning. And humid. We hit these little pockets of warm air and cool air every once in a while, and the cool feels really good. But yeah, we got up early to try to beat the heat of the day, which we should still do with pretty good success, but it's still pretty darn warm. I don't know, it feels like what, 70? It's pretty darn warm. So anyway, we are making these road walks as quickly as we can because we can cruise on these, and we will end up at the parking lot on the west end of Bradwell Bay, and then we will do our I don't know, 7 miles or so I think it is to where we're camping for the night. So we've been hearing some truck pour wheels around, and of course the mosquitoes in our ears, and there was a very friendly dragonfly earlier. So it's we just turned our headlamps off a few minutes ago because it's finally starting to lighten up here. So got a nice sunrise coming up behind us. Hope you're having a great day. All right, with 11.83 on our watches, and that includes a mile and a half or so of missed turn, we have rejoined the Florida Trail. It is right down that way to Bradwell Bay. We are now at the western end of it, and right up there is where we're going, Florida Trail. All right, heading into the section, the next 3 miles or so. Might be a little watery based on comments, but again, a lot of the comments are old, at least a year, let's say. There might be some that are a little more recent, but most of those even that were from this year are from before all these storms started coming through. Really like January through maybe the very beginning of March. It was really like mid-March when this whole southern part of the U.S. started kind of getting, every few days or once a week or so, just kind of a line of storms would come through. So not really sure what this is going to be like here, but it could be wet and muddy, or hopefully it could be more like this. We were a little surprised yesterday that it was so dry. Dude, we just saw a bobcat running up the trail right here, from right here up to through where Java's going. Probably was sitting right in there hunting something, maybe running right up through here. Oh, that was awesome. Would love to have seen a profile, but I'll take what I can get. That was really cool. We're about half a mile from the end of this. It's a little over a mile long. and most of it's been dry. We do have some ankle deep water and a little mud going on. All right, making the last 1.3 miles of the 3-mile section that reports wet trail here today. And this is how it starts. We almost walked right past it because we didn't see the blaze. And then it was like, oh crap, that's where we're going. Refreshing. The swamp just keeps on giving. The last 2.3 miles of the day, road walking on the trail. This is not walking around anything. Just want to say thank you to that truck driver right there. He was the first person to ever stop, basically stopped right behind us because we're on a dirt road. Not only, I mean, people don't slow down, but that cloud of dust that they kick up and then it gets all over us and then we have to breathe in and everything. But he actually stopped and waited for us to get up here onto the macadam and until he passed us so that wouldn't happen. That was very nice. Here we are at Porter Lake, where we are going to spend the night. 18.5 miles, and it is 12:15. That is 12 noon. So this is where we are for the evening. We got some restrooms back there, vault toilets. There's a water spigot over there. I don't think it's potable. But we're going to sit up here for the night. Take it easy for the rest of the afternoon and see what we're going to do tomorrow. All right, you ready?
Dragging you out to this godforsaken swamp in this humidity.
Tell me about it. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Put your smile on. All right, here we go with wrap up for day 58. Yes, 58. How many miles did we do today? 18?
18 and a half.
Yes, okay. So I think it was like, yeah, so it was about 16 something actual. And that's, well, anyway. So we started out in the dark. We'll explain in a second. We got up at 4 because we knew we were road walking and it was going to be easy to walk in the dark.
And navigate through it.
And navigate through and not have to worry about water and all that kind of stuff.
Until later.
Until later, yes, until later. So we got up early and we got, I don't know, by the time sun came up, we were
7 miles?
Yeah, something like that, 7 or 8 miles in. It was pretty good. So, but in the middle of that, unfortunately in the dark, somewhere around mile 4.5, 5,
yes,
somewhere in there, I was watching, where we were supposed to be going, and I had it all written down on my phone to know where the turns were to get us to where we were supposed to go, and I don't even think I noticed that other road was there to the side. So we missed a turn basically, and we went 3/4 of a mile or so up the road,
and took a break.
And then we took a break. Yeah, fortunately we took a break.
Yeah,
because
we would have just kept going.
That's when I realized that we would have ended up at the east end of Bradwell Bay.
Yes.
Which is where we did not want to be because we were intending to not do Bradwell Bay. So we turned around, went back. So we had about 1.5 miles of extra today, which is why I was kind of babbling earlier about the length of how far we went today. So, so eventually though we did all the road walking. There really wasn't anything to mention there. A couple of deer ran from us in the dark, and that was about it.
Yeah, I heard some frogs, but that's about it.
Yeah, frogs, yeah. Oh, and those plants. I think I saw what they're called, but I don't remember. Those yellow plants.
Are they Are they pitcher plants?
They're not pitcher plants, but
They are carnivorous plants.
I think they're a carnivorous plant. Yeah, I'll put the name in, and well, you've seen the picture of it now as well. Anyway, then we got back to trail at the west end of Bradwell Bay, and then we were essentially back on trail.
Yes.
It was mostly road actually from there to here, but we did have about 3 miles of trail in that section, and it was
water.
It was water. yeah, that's what it was.
It was water and mud.
It was
about shin deep, ankle and shin deep for the most part.
It was broken up into 3 sections because of turns. The first one was like 1.3 miles, and it was probably 40% water, I would say, is what I was kind of in my head, kind of keeping track. And the rest of it was fairly dry. I mean, we were able to move pretty quickly when it wasn't wet.
Yes, that's true.
The middle section was about 0.7 miles, and I believe it was dry. It was road. Essentially, it was a farm road or a service road. And then we had another 1.3 miles after that, and that's when we were walking along the road, and there's the trail turning to the left, and it was just water. So, and that section was at least 50%, probably 60% water. It was very wet. But again, it was ankle to shin at most, something like that. It wasn't terrible.
No.
It would just slowed us down.
Yeah.
So and made our feet wet.
Yes.
But so that was fine. And then that section ended.
And then we got the road. We were on trail.
Right. We took a break quickly, and then got to a hard surface roads.
Yes.
A road. Did that for about a mile, and then we had a dirt road / pavement because it was both.
It became macadam.
It became macadam, yeah. Just before here. So we are now at the Porter Lake campsite. Nice campsite. I think it's free. It seems to be free.
Yeah, it's a campground. It's not just a campsite.
Yeah.
But yes, I think it's free as well.
Yeah, and
they have pit toilets, and there is water. That's about it, though.
And the toilets have toilet paper.
Lots of toilet paper.
Excellent. And so people apparently this is a popular place for people to come and fish. I guess Porter Lake is right next to us. There's also a river right next to us. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of it, but I will put it in. And so a couple of people were here. A couple of people have been here and gone.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Otherwise, we're here by ourselves.
Well, we got here about.
Oh, we got here about just after noon. 12:15, something like that.
Yeah, 30ish.
Yeah. So we made really good time.
Was fine.
But it was good to just kind of clean ourselves up and relax. Unfortunately, we put our tent where we thought it was going to be in the shade all day, and ended up in the sun most of the day.
But it was cloud covered, so it kind of went in and out.
Yeah.
But it's warm.
Yeah.
It's just warm and humid.
Yes, in general, it's not really cooling down much.
It's not, and it won't either. I think it's still 70 degrees for the low tonight.
Yep.
So.
Yay. Yeah. We're in the tent, partly just because of bugs. There are some huge ass flies here. They are.
Well, the mosquitoes are beginning to come out too.
It's that time. Mosquitoes are coming out, and all those fun little bugs that come and get you. So, So I think that's about it, though. Really, it wasn't an eventful day. Oh, we think we saw a bobcat.
Oh yeah, that's.
I mentioned that. Unfortunately, I wasn't taking video at the time. There's no way, but it scooted out and then just took off in front of us.
Went down trail for a little while and then
ran ahead of us.
Yeah.
So all we saw was its back end running away from us, but the size and the color and everything, we're pretty sure that's what it was. So that was exciting.
That was nice.
Yeah, so within the last, week or so?
Yes.
We think we've seen the bobcat today, and then we think we saw the Florida panther run across trail a couple of days ago or a week ago or so.
Was that in St. Mark's?
Yes, I think somewhere, I think it was St. Mark's,
Yeah.
Yep, so there you go. That's day 58. Tomorrow we will be on trail for probably half of the day. Again, we're planning on doing a road section to avoid some really high water again.
It sounds ugly again.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a lot waist deep and slogging through stuff that we just don't need to go through. So, Yeah, so you'll catch that with us tomorrow and on day 59. So, all right, that's it. Have a good night.
Night.